morning, Quadcopter 101 here, and before we get started, let's get the shout out of the way. Today's shout out goes to Fakrir Razi. He was the first to say first to one of my recent videos, and thus wins the shout out, so congratulations. So what do I got for you today? This looks very similar to something I reviewed recently, but it's not. It's very different. Let me talk about it. This is the SG900-S. It looks like, I think, the F196 that I reviewed recently, optical flow drone, except this has quite a few more features that that drone did not have. Namely, it's got a GPS system, and it has a very nice camera, a 1080p HD camera that can be swiveled up or down. And it has, now the other one, F196, had a 3.7 volt 2200 milliampere hour battery. This battery, on the other hand, if I can get it out, hold on, I gotta slide this feature back up like that. This battery is hooked up in series to bring it up to 7.4 volts, but 1100 milliampere hour. You know, it's the same battery except it's hooked up in series. The other one was hooked up in parallel, and this gives you 7.4 volts at 1100 milliampere hour. It is a generic, or not a generic battery, it is proprietary, of course, and it is charged using 7.4 volts through this micro USB port. So you got to use this special charger that comes with this drone to charge this particular battery. To put it back, or before I put it back in, I wanted to show you something. Another difference between this and the F196 is this has a microSD card slot to record your 1080p video directly to microSD card to avoid that Wi-Fi lag that you normally see on most drones, or most Wi-Fi drones. Now to put this back in, this is odd and different than many other drones or that have these type of batteries, but you got to slide it in diagonally like so, and then you can push it in. If you try to lift it up and push it in directly, it won't go. You have to do it diagonally, and I think that was the problem I had there, because I wasn't trying to remove it diagonally. I was trying to slide it right up, but you got to do that. One other thing, I mentioned it's a Wi-Fi flyer. It's 2.4 gigahertz Wi-Fi, not 5G, so you don't need a special phone to fly this particular drone. However, you're going to likely see much less FPV range than you would see with a 5G Wi-Fi flyer. 5G Wi-Fi flyers normally go out to about 200 meters. I'm expecting this one maybe 70, 80 meters and still get FPV before the FPV becomes unusable. We'll find out here shortly. There is no optical flow sensor in the belly like on the F196 because, of course, this has GPS. Doesn't really need it. But without the optical flow sensor, you're not going to be able to hover indoors like you could with the F196. This one will likely not be able to hover indoors unless you get a good GPS signal inside your house. In a lot of houses, you can't. So, let's go over the controller for this. This is its controller. It has a built-in battery. I forgot to mention that for the F196. The controllers have a built-in battery, so you don't have to provide your own battery. It's rechargeable. LiPo battery that you charge through a micro USB port right there in the belt, or on its bottom here. Very simple. You have speed control rates, that button there, and return to home and landing. This actually will do a true return to home and landing since it's a GPS bird by pressing that button here. You can start video and stop video by pressing that button there. Take a photo by pressing that button there. Headless mode is activated by pressing this button here, and takeoff and landings by pressing this outer button here. And finally, since this is a GPS bird, first off, you can do a gyro calibration if it's drifting when not in GPS mode by moving this stick up and this stick down and to the right while the drone is on a flat level surface. You can also, and you should do a compass calibration before each flight by bringing this stick down to the left and this stick up and to the right, and that will put the drone into compass calibration mode, and I'll show you how to do those calibrations here right now. Let's do it. First off, we fire up the drone, and we get a rapid blinking of the lights. We're going to turn on the controller, and I think the controller automatically binds. As compared to F196, you got to do an up-down movement. This particular controller automatically binds with the drone. And right now our blinking is slowed down to slower blinking. But once we move this stick up, down and to the left, and this stick up and to the right to enter compass calibration mode, it should be rapid blinking. Let's find out. And it is rapid blinking, and it goes on and off rapid blinking. See that, folks? That tells us we're in compass calibration mode. And we got to do 3 turns, like so. 1, 2, 3. I'll do an extra 2 just to be safe. And then point the nose downward. And with the nose downward, keep turning it until that rapid blinking stops. There. Okay, the rapid blinking stopped. And we go back to normal blinking where it's searching for GPS signals. Okay, I am going to connect it to the app, the FPV app, available on Google Play and iTunes, and we'll go for a flight demonstrating its GPS ability. Okay, this is the FPV app available on Google Play and iTunes. I'm going to hit the recording, starting the video recording, and let's take to the air by pressing that takeoff button. Yeah, maybe I got to go down and out, and then to start the motors, let's try that takeoff button again. Okay, so you got to start the motors first, down and out on the sticks, and let's check out that stability. Seems to be very stable right now, climbing a little bit. Let's get into the picture and say, how do you like my shirt today, folks? Nice shirt today, huh? Okay, I'm looking at the screen. I'm seeing quite a bit of blue here, so it looks like there's some white balance issues here, but that could be corrected in post-editing. Very easy to correct white balancing. Let's take it up and show its camera. Let's go up. Going up higher, I want to get above the trees. Checking its stability there. And let's push up on and see how far we can go before we lose GPS signal. 2.4 gigahertz GPS signal. And I'm going to go into the shade here so I can view it under the trees. I'm also going to try to see how far I can go across this field. See if we can go over to the skate park. I like to always go over to the skate park because that's about 150, 200 meters away. And that's a good check of the Wi-Fi ability of this drone and controllability of this drone. Whoa, tripped over a stump. Well, let's see how far out I am. 182 feet, that's 50 meters there. Going out further. Let's see if we can make it over to the skate park. Good Lord, 278 feet. This is 2.4 gigahertz? It supposedly is, but I'm going to double check that, confirm it, but I find it hard to believe that I can go this far. 360, that's 100 meters right there. Yeah, 100 meters is believable for 2.4 gigahertz. Let's go up a little bit higher, see if I can help it some. Yeah, it's real choppy there at about 100 meters, a little over 100 meters. 381 feet. I'm going out a little further. And right about there, that's about it, folks. So that, that's the limit of 2.4 gigahertz. Let's try that automatic return to home and landing, which is this button here. Pressing it. And let's see if it does fly back. And will it land? It's coming back now. Well, so far, it's good. It's less FPV range, but then again, you don't need a special phone, a newer phone to fly this. People without 5G phones can fly this FPV flyer. Let's see how accurate its landing is. And I wonder if I can stop its landing because the grass is kind of wet. It comes down rather fast. Yeah, it's close. It's close. Let's press that button right there. And that did abort its landing. Good. Okay, next thing I want to try is follow me. Going up a bit. And let's go into its special features and try that follow me. I'm going to step back a bit more. You got to give some room here when you're doing follow me. The reason being, there's some error between your phone and the drone and GPS position. But let's see how that follow me works. I'm going to just walk around and see if it follow me. I'm looking at the screen. It's actually working. Going over, going over. And see it do it over this way now. How about if I ran? I'm not a runner. Here it comes. Doing a good job. So the next thing after follow me, we got to try that waypoint ability. Coming over. Walking. And stopping there and seeing if it stops. Okay, that's waypoint. Let's come out of that. I'm going to exit waypoint. Next thing I want to try is circle position. Oops, that's not circle position. I guess maybe this does not have circle position. I thought it did, but I'm looking in the menus here and it does not seem to want to activate. So let's try waypoints. Waypoint feature, and we got to zoom in. Shows that I'm on the field. Zoom in. You got to zoom into that blue circle there. That's about a 50-meter circle, and the reason 50 meters is about the max this lets you go using waypoint mode. But let's draw a waypoint there. Oops. Waypoint feature. Waypoint draw. Okay, maybe I got to be landed to do this. So if some drones you got to land, so let's land it. Let's land it in a spot where it won't get too wet. Right about there. Let's try that waypoint again. Just let me do it now that it's landed. No, it does not. So why aren't you working, waypoint? There's 1. There's 2. There's 3. There's 4. There's 5. There's 6. And then coming back to its original position. And I want to keep the height at about 20 feet. I don't want to go too high. Okay, and with that, let's hit send. And do I have to hit takeoff to unlock? Unlock, yes. Let's see it do it. Okay. I'm curious. When's it going to start? Start the route. Let's try it in the air. Didn't do it. I'm going to get this done. Don't you worry. Submit. Go to waypoint 1. Where is waypoint 1? It's going to waypoint 1. And it's at waypoint 1. And then what's it do? And then it just stops here. Comes back to its original position. Let's put out waypoint in the opposite direction. Let's try over here. Submit. Let's see it do it. Going over there, and then turning around, and then heading to waypoint 2, and then coming back to its original position. Okay, I'm reducing the altitude here. Reason being, I want to change the altitude of those waypoints, and you can do such. Let's plop it right there. Let's put a waypoint over here. 3 and 4, and all of these I want to reduce the altitude down to 30 feet. That one 30 feet, that one 30 feet, and that one 30 feet, and submit. And this time it shouldn't go as high. And let's watch it go to its waypoints. Waypoint 1. Waypoint 2. And the waypoint 3. You know, the maximum range on these waypoints is only 50 meters from your position. So, yeah, this is more of a toy version of the waypoint. You really can't go very far with this using this feature. So we're going to call it quits with the waypoints, but that is the waypoint feature. And going back to the regular camera, which is still recording, thankfully. You know, I haven't synced up this recording. Let's turn it toward me. And I'm pretty sure I said how you like my shirt today, folks. But another thing I need to do is sync up the cameras. This is what I do to make sure that the cameras are synced up, so when I'm speaking, it doesn't look goofy. You know, that my voice is matching up with the video. I'm noticing it descending a bit here, and I'm also noticing lights are flashing. I don't know if that means I'm recording or not. Let's try the record button. Stop the recording. No, now it says it's recording to card. I guess the other one was not recording to card. Let's show a video recording to the microSD card. That's a shame. All that other recording all it was doing was recording to my phone. Okay, not recording to the microSD card. To record to the microSD card, apparently you need to press that record button. And I'm doing such right now. How's my battery? I'm down to 14%, so I got to land now, folks. It's getting low. So we'll go back to the pad. Okay, it says its battery is too low and it landed itself. So I got to stop that video recording. I'm sorry I didn't notice that sooner. But to start and stop video, it shut itself down. And I probably lost that video because of that, folks. So, hope you enjoyed this flight. This is Quadcopter 101, signing out.